Hello all. I would like to start off by saying thank you to all the people that support and help me get to 2,900 subscribers. I wouldn't be here without you, and I appreciate it and will continue to upload clips that you will enjoy. Again, I thank you dearly. I decided to make a Q&A video to help my subs to get to know me better or answer questions that they want to know. I hope you enjoy. Let's start off with Vanarp Illipad. Are you an Aussie, or Brit, or neither? If you could travel anywhere, where would it be? I am British. I live in Britain. If I could travel anywhere, I'd probably go to Canada, to be fair. I've heard the place is nice and I like the people there. I'd like to see the areas around there. Like the forests and the wildlife. Karen Boy asks, are you interested about humans being added to the Isle? Do you trust that the devs could balance them well, or do you think they'll be a nightmare? Also, are you interested in the lore of the game? I'm not really interested about humans, but it'd be quite cool to be seeing them in game and see how they work. And yeah, I do feel that devs could balance them with time. It would be a nightmare to begin with, like everything that will be added in, but eventually they will get there to a state where it would feel fair to play both sides, human and dinosaur. I'm only interested in some of the lore, like how the type H's and all the strands of dinosaur get made, or how they will react in the environment. That's the main one I'm looking for. I'm not really fussed about everything else. Pesky asks, how do you unironically play Beast of Bermuda without driving yourself to the point of psychotic mental breakdown? Like, it's honestly impressive. Who says I'm not already mentally broken at this point? For a serious answer, the game is actually pretty fun when you get to the combat side of it, when you've already grown. The worst side of it is growing and having everyone else that's way larger than you just dominate you because they've played the game longer, which is not fun at all, and I hope they change that in the future. And the amount of builds that you can do and experiment with that could probably change the way you play that dinosaur specifically, and the certain abilities that all dinosaurs have, which I quite like. Rickant asks, do you ever see yourself becoming more invested in editing your videos, or do you think raw gameplay with some text serves better to highlight your gameplay skills and the game itself? Yes, in future I do see myself editing videos a bit more. For raw gameplay, it definitely serves the game better, as people will get a more authentic experience rather than just jump cuts. Also depends on what my fans want. If they want me to add music or add more edits, then I could try and do that, but it would take longer to upload videos, so comment down if you want that. For the raw gameplay part, people like to watch my videos and learn how to play that dinosaur, so I don't mind just leaving them in to help them out with that. Karen Boy asks, could you tell us the thoughts on KOS, cannibalism and overall aggression playstyles in the Isle? For KOS, it depends if they're in a pack or not. If they're alone, it's usually because they're 100% and they just want to fight and have fun. But if they're in a pack and they're just going around killing people, it usually means that they just want to ruin other people's days, which is, I don't feel like that's good. Kill what you need and go on, but alone it's generally just a fun thing. For cannibalism, it depends on the animal. If it's a social animal like Utahraptor, it's a bit of a dick move to go and kill other Utahraptors, as they will work more in a pack and benefit from each other, rather than just killing each other. If it's a dinosaur like Dinosaur, it makes sense that they cannibalize for competition and territory. Cannibalism is annoying, but it's part of the game, so I wouldn't shun people from playing that playstyle, as people might like to be cannibals, and I'd like to see how people would react to Ceratosaurus when it gets added into the game. Aggressive playstyles, I don't actually mind, because a lot of the dinosaurs are quite well balanced around the speeds. For example, aggressive Tenonto will not be able to catch a Carno or a Utahraptor, whereas an aggressive Carno or Utahraptor are meant to be aggressive because they're carnivores to begin with. A Stego would never be able to catch you at all, so I think aggressive playstyles are fine, but if you're a dick, then just jump off a bridge. Saying I don't mind aggressive playstyles does not mean that I don't mind people being dicks. I don't. Just aggressive playstyles as in people running at you. Takani asked, tell us a story of the most infuriating experience you've had. Beast of Bermuda's growth. I've got a few stories. One of them actually was involved in Beta Bermuda, and it was back when growth was a main factor, and there was a bunch of megs running around the server just causing havoc. It was such a pain to grow anything besides a Psy or a bird or an aquatic, because it was just such a hectic time, and it was infuriating because they would just kill you on the spot and you wouldn't have anything to defend against it. It's the time when you grow a large dinosaur that takes a very long time to grow to 1.2 and then die in the first tick did you get it. That really fucking annoys me. Here's a real life story of what happened to my shop before. I went to a local shop to buy some Doc's Pepper, which is one of my favourite drinks, but the shop was packed full of people. I waited for around 10 minutes, but I'm still not in the shop, so I decided to go to Asda. And for anyone that doesn't know, or United States people that don't know, Asda is pretty much the British Walmart. It took me it takes me like a good 50-minute walk to get to there. When I arrived to Asda, it was shut because I forgot it was a weekend, so they don't open at weekends. So I go back to the shop and it was still quite full. So I went to Tesco instead, which is another British sell place. Instead, I didn't actually learn, and I completely forgot it was still a weekday, so it was shut. I walked back to the shop, and it was getting quite empty now. I found out the people that were there actually had a party, and they bought all the soft drinks, or the remaining ones, I should say, for their party, and there was none left. J Speed asks, what made you start a YouTube channel? How long have you been playing the Isle, and what was the first dinosaur game you've played? I bought the Isle back in February 13th, 2020. This was back when I didn't have my YouTube channel, and I played it quite a bit. I started off with Dilo and such, because I like Dino, but it was pretty much the first time I properly got into dinosaur games. As for the first dinosaur game I've played, there's a game called Combat of Giants Dinosaurs, and it's for the Nintendo DS. That's pretty much the first game I've played, and I really liked it, even though it wasn't really a dinosaur game, it just had dinosaurs in it. Still love that game to bits. Raven with Pens asks, are you looking forward to any other survival dinosaur game that are planned for the future? Absolutely, I want more dinosaur survival games out there because I quite like the series at the moment. So I'd prefer to have more than just a few. I am currently looking forward to another dinosaur survival game called Isles of Yore, but I have no idea when it's going to come out, it just says soon, so let's see how that works out. Lati asks, what's your favourite dinosaurs on Avrima, and what dinosaur that's on the roadmap are you looking forward to the most? My favourite dinosaur at the moment for playstyle is definitely Tononto, because it's one of the most versatile, and the fact that it has so many attacks. I love the amount of attacks it has and the looks of it. The dinosaurs I'm looking forward to on the roadmap, on the other hand, are the Night Hunters, aka Dilo and Troodon. I really want to see how they would affect in this game, and I'd like to see if the night vision is going to be good. And the Venom, I'm looking forward to the Venom as well, very much so. But yeah, no, Troodon mainly, Dilo second. I love those two. SayIO asks, if you could add any dinosaur to the Isle, what would it be? I'd like to add a dinosaur called the Sinraptor. The Sinraptor is not really a raptor, it's more of an allosaur. But there's not really much info on the raptor itself, and it's not really seen in many games, so I don't know what they can do with it. The Wolf Hope asks, if you had to choose a mythological creature, example, Manticore, which one you'll be? And thank you. I think it comes to no surprise that I'd like to be a dragon. They are amazing creatures, and they're honestly just fearsome and badass. I have no idea asks, since when did you play dinosaur games? And were you a dino fan before you started playing the games, or did you like dinos after you played some dinosaur games? I only really played dinosaur games when I started playing the Isle, and that was just over a year ago I purchased it and started playing it from then on. I liked dinosaurs, but I wasn't as invested in them as I am now, but I'm still not into the paleo side of it, I'm just like dinosaurs and fighting and such. But yes, I started to like dinosaurs after playing the games mainly. Mwaba Canadia asked how did shit. Mwaba Canadia asks, how did that cheating Kano keep finding you? and how did you break its ankles? I believe that Kano was using an exploit to delete foliage so he could see basically through foliage, and I didn't actually break his ankles, it just got stuck into a tree, but that's karma for you. Bread asks, do you think Rima and Bob at their current states are balanced good? It's a hard question to ask because Rima is in a constant state of updates and will add different dinosaurs which will change the balance of the game consistently. But current state, I'd say Rima is pretty decently balanced, to be fair. There's only some things I'd change, like Kano's bite speed and Stego's recovery, but generally it's pretty balanced. As for Bob, Bob will never be balanced with growth and the way inherits work and such, so no, I don't think Bob is in a current state of balanced good. No, not at all. Maybe if they take precautions to make the game a bit more balanced, then yes, it would be a bit more balanced, but at the moment, no, I cannot say that Bob is balanced in the slightest. As well as Bob's servers, it highly depends on the server for it to be balanced, aka group limits and growth cap. That's the only balance I can see. Pro Potato asks, what's the best build for Acro? There's no real best build for Acro, just play what you're comfortable as. But it depends on the current state of the server. For example, if the server rarely has any Acros and you have an Acro pack, you should probably go combat and defense more than anything. But if there's big Acros on the server currently, I'd say speed and defense so you can get away from them and grow big. It's also dependent on your plans for the Acro. Are you planning to grow big with it, or are you planning to fight with it? If you're planning to grow big, speed, defense. If you're planning to fight with it, combat, defense. Potato Rex 24 asks, what dino do you consider in Bob to be the strongest? Appa. Appa has insane health, a really high damage output, a higher DPS, and extreme area denial. Yes, if you get caught out in Europe, you're pretty much dead, but the map that I play on, the Rival Shores, is so tiny that everywhere you can find, you can plop your head into and be fine. So Appa is definitely my choice for the strongest, as I've had an easy experience playing Appa than I have as any other dinosaur. Screeker Gamer asks, do you plan on playing other games? Are you a dinosaur lover, or do you just like dino games? How old are you? I do plan on playing other games that aren't dino related, like Battlefield and stuff like that. I generally like FPS games and strategy, but I don't know when to switch off to stuff like that to try out. I do like dinosaurs, but I'm not fully into the paleontology sort of side of it. I just like dinosaurs, like animals. Mainly for the dino games though. And I am 22 years old. Iriops? Iriops. Iriops asks, best way in your opinion to decrease Kano and Dino population, plus your opinion on Dino's alt bite. The best way I can think of decreasing Kano's population would be to, obviously, for the devs to add more dinosaurs, because at the moment Kano is one of the strongest on-land carnivores. As for Dino, I definitely think cannibalism will be the way, because there's too much social gathering situations happening. That's why there's so many that happens, that they need to fight each other in order to sustain it. Dino's alt bite, in my opinion, should cost stamina when you use it. You shouldn't be promoted to stay on land and be fine, as well as it looks very exhausting to bite like a Dino does when you do an alt bite. So I definitely think taking some % of the stamina when using alt bite is a thing as Dino. Should be a thing as Dino. Skreker Gamer asks, what is your least favourite and most favourite dino on Bob? Depends if we're going on looks versus playstyle. For both playstyle and looks would be Acro. I love the way Acro plays, even though he's probably getting a rework in the future. And I love the way he looks currently, not a fan of the remodel though. My least favourite is Appa. I don't really like playing Appa. It's too slow for me. Aiden Lindsay asks, what are your plans for the future of your YouTube channel? Did you expect such success? Who are your inspirations, and do you plan on branching off to other games on the channel or stay in the dinosaur genre? For the future, I do plan on editing a bit more, adding some more dinosaur clips and generally playing more dinosaur games. I didn't actually expect my channel to go up as high as it has right now. I just uploaded clips of what I felt was good, and it has actually led to people liking it, so I'm glad that has happened. I haven't had actually an inspiration. I have just seen someone like Gaming Beaver upload IL clips and wanted to play it, if that's your inspiration, but uploading clips of me fighting and such is just me wanting to upload things that I like to do. So I do plan on playing other games rather than dinosaur games. Like I might play a few FPSs, tactical shooters and stuff like that, but I'll have to wait to branch off into those ones. Meta asks, what's your favourite dinosaur? Acrocanthosaurus. Manaslol asks, why do you heart and like comments when you have 2k subs? Because not many people heart and like almost all comments. I do read my comments a lot, and I like to heart the ones that I either agree with, find funny, or just generally like. I also like comments because some people like their comments being hearted and it makes them feel happy. Wyatt the Tenontosaurus asked, Tenno or Kano? Tenno. I hope you all enjoyed my Q&A video. If there's anything else would you like to know, you can comment down in the comment section. I should be able to comment an answer for your questions. I hope you all enjoyed this video and see you later.